Rap City, what's going on? It's your girl D here with 8th House Energy, here to bring you your Uranus and retrograde reading. Alright, this is going to be a really quick read. But Uranus is in retrograde in the house of Taurus, and for you, that's in your 5th house. Now, Uranus is the planet of rebellion, it's the planet of surprise. Now, if it's a good surprise, great. If it's not, damn, you just going to have to deal with it. But that's just the energy Uranus brings. You know, if you look at the solar system and you look at the planets, Uranus is the only planet in our solar system that's tilted to the side. I believe it spins in reverse too. Like most of the planets, they rotate counterclockwise, but I feel like I believe Uranus, it's tilted to the side and it rotates in reverse. So just to give you an understanding of, you know, when we talk about Uranus and you look at Uranus in your natal chart, that's where your uniqueness comes out, the real you. You know, the individuality, the rebelliousness, the renegade, the anarchist, you know, and that can be in a negative way, but it could also be positive. But it's also the element of surprise, not knowing what's coming or when and things like that. Uranus deals with a host of other things. It deals with forward movement. It deals with the genius in you, the inventor in you, the really individual, unique side of you, and that side of you that says, you know what, I'm going to rebel. You know what I mean? I'm not dealing with this. I'm not listening to authority. I don't, you know, that type of energy. So it's very important that you understand how, you know, how important Uranus is in your chart and where it's at. So take a look at that. But right now, for all of us, Uranus is in Taurus, right? The here and now. Uranus is actually in Taurus. It goes in retrograde on the 19th, which is Thursday. We've already been in the pre-shadow stages since the 5th, so some of us have been feeling this energy already and maybe not even knowing it. But it's going to be in retrograde until January. So, you know, the outer planets usually stay in retrograde a lot longer. You know, like Neptune's going to be in retrograde. It's been in retrograde for a few months now. It's going to be in retrograde until December. Pluto's going to be in retrograde for a while. And then we have Uranus. So, you know, the outer planets stay in, Pluto's going to be in retrograde till October, I believe it is. But it's been in retrograde all summer. So, and long story short, you know, Uranus is in retrograde in the house of Taurus. You know, and Taurus is the energy of, you know, stability. It's the energy of fixed earth. So examples of what we've been seeing with Uranus and Taurus is earthquakes, hurricanes, tornadoes, natural disasters, you know, because that's like an element of surprise. Sometimes you don't know it's coming, but more importantly, you don't know how, you don't know the level of impact it's going to have. That's where the surprise element comes in. And the rebellion, you know, it's like, okay, I personally believe when these storms and things happen, sometimes, not all the time, but, you know, when natural disasters happen, it's the Mother Earth rebelling against what we've been doing to her, you know, or not following, you know, nature's rules. And so I just feel like Uranus is nature's way of saying, nah, this is not what's going to go on. And as a result, here we are, you know. So long story short, you can take a look at the news and see what's been going on globally over the last couple of months. But when Uranus is in retrograde, what Uranus does is the things that have happened to us externally will change our thoughts, our views on things. And so Uranus will make you reflect on that. So the thoughts and so the external energy that you may be dealing with that goes on around you, like there may be changes in your external environment. This external environment for you is your 5th house. All right. So the 5th house is the house of self-creative expression. It's the house of, you know, love affairs. Okay. One night stands. You know, sexual fetishes. Like the 8th house has to deal with you having sex, but the 5th house is like, what do you like when you have sex? You know, what turns you on? You know, some people have fetishes, so things like that. It also deals with children. The 5th house deals with children. It deals with the things that you like to do for fun, the things you like to do for leisure. It also deals with the speculative markets. You know, so we could be talking anything from Wall Street to futures to options to a lottery ticket to the horses. You know, anything you can bet on and gamble on. So, you know, playing craps on the street, you know, whatever. So, an example of Uranus in retrograde, like I said, Uranus affects, as a result of what's going on around you, it's going to make you look at things differently. It's going to make you feel different about your approach to things. And Uranus is all about, and usually it's something you tried to do where you tried to get freedom. So, for example, with, it being in the fifth house for you, say, for example, you're like, you get this vibe like I should go play the number. And you're like, I'm not going to go play it. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like going to go get money out the ATM machine and then got to stand in line. I don't feel like doing it. And you don't do it. And then the number that you had in your mind to play, it comes out. So now Uranus in retrograde is making you look like, damn, yo, I should have went and played that number. Why didn't I play that number? Something like that. Or it could be, because the fifth house deals with your children. So maybe, you're like, maybe you didn't want to register your child for school or something like that. Or you didn't want to register them for a particular class or you didn't want to sign them up for something because, or maybe you wanted to sign them up for something because maybe you wanted more free time. So you may have signed your kid up for something, and then what may have happened is something may have gone down where now your kid can't go to this program anymore, and now you're looking back at like, damn, I knew I shouldn't have signed it. Like you may have known, okay, because there's a possibility that this babysitter or this program is not going to last long with COVID, but you pay the full amount anyway, right? And they tell you it's no refunds. So you pay the $500, and then, because of government regulations and things like that, maybe the class is shut down and you can't get your money back. And you're like, damn, I knew what was going on with COVID and I knew it was going to be a gamble, but I knew that if I could get her in this program, I'd have more free time to do the things that I wanted to do while she's in the program. And so Uranus may make you look at it like, damn, why did I spend that money and I knew better? It was because you did something because you wanted a personal freedom. Now, fifth house deals with things that you like to do things you do to enjoy yourself, right? So what do we do to enjoy ourselves? We may do things like, it's like the childlike energy. The fifth house, it embodies like the childlike energy, things you like to do for fun, things you like to do to take your, to take a weight off your shoulders, but it also deals with the speculative markets. So those are just two general examples I wanted to give. Like I said, I'm not going to make this too long. So let's pull a card to see. And you can do some research on the fifth house if you're really interested in finding out more about how Uranus may affect you. But it's external changes that go on, okay? And it will have to do with the things in the fifth house for you. And how it will make you change your mindset about things or make you, reapproach. But long story short, what it's going to do is it's going to make you say, damn, I shouldn't have did that, or damn, I should have did that. Why didn't I do it? I was thinking I should have did it. That type of thing. So let's see what we got. Messages for Capricorn. All right, so what fell out first was this card. It fell out. The abundant universe will provide. That's a beautiful energy to have. So it could be a surprise element where maybe you go scratch that ticket and you hit that number. Holla at your girl, okay? So the abundant universe will provide. So maybe there's something that's going on in reference to the fifth house. So maybe it has something to do with your children, or maybe it has something to do with the lottery, or maybe it's something where you're like, yo, I really need a vacation. I really need a break. I had an opportunity to take time off and I didn't do it. Now I'm looking back at it with Uranus in retrograde. Damn, why didn't I take time off? Why didn't I do it? It could have something to do with money because, Taurus is your second house, your money-making opportunities. So maybe it was an investment that you, somebody introduced to you and you're like, I don't trust it. I don't know what's going on. And you said, oh, I'm going to look up, I'll find out more information about it and I'll think about it. And you never did. And so now, the people who were involved, things may have changed and their investment came out to be a good one. And so, maybe now what's going to happen is for those of you who took that investment, the abundant universe will provide. So that's a beautiful energy. So that's just an example, Like I said, you can research the fifth house and research Uranus and, you can apply it to your life. But again, you just want to keep in mind that external factors are going to make you change your views and the way you look at things, the way you handled something, whether you should have did it and you didn't, or whether you did and now you regret it. All right, so let's get an E card. I haven't used these too much with you guys because I didn't find a decent time to use it, but I think this is a good time to use it. So let's see. All right, so it says over your shoulder. So let's see what over your shoulder means. And then we'll wrap this reading up. Like I said, it's going to be real quick. I just want to give you a general understanding of Uranus and how it could be affecting you based on where it is in your chart at this day and time. So it says those recurring patterns in your life, throw them overboard. Whoever said those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it was full of bunk. You only repeat patterns when you continue to stare at them. What does it say? You get hypnotized and then act them out. Take one last look back, if you must, and then say sayonara for good. So for some of you, you're an earth sign too, right? And so your creativity and your personal freedom may have something to do with a love affair. Okay? And so, as I tell you, earth signs all the time, if you're around somebody or dealing with someone or have people in your energy who are not good for you, not good in vibration, it will affect your financial stability. Okay? And it will affect your health. So, for some of you, you listened, you took heed to who was not good around you, the people who were causing you aggravation, and you cut them off. And now the universe is going to give you your blessings. So, some of you may be like, damn, I wish this could have lasted. I wish it could have worked. So you may look back one last time, because the universe may send this person back to test you. So that could be what this is about. You looking back over your shoulder one last time and saying, you know what? I knew I should have cut you off sooner. I finally got you out of my life. Here you come again, and no way in hell am I going back. I'm going towards my financial abundance. So, that could be what some of you could be thinking. All right. So with that being said, that is your Uranus retrograde reading. Again, it's just a general explanation or examples of how it could be affecting you based on where it is in your chart. So if you need a personal reading, reach out to me. My information is in the box below. I love you, Cap City. You got my heart. I'll see you guys in the next reading.